Well, Wednesday night here, Tim. Feels like it's these short weeks.
That's why they're
Wednesday
great.
night should be Tuesday. It's fantastic.
The best thing about a holiday week.
Let's get it out of our system now.
It's hump day.
Let's get it out of our system now. The Yankees, as we go to record this, are a 500 baseball team. They're sitting at 21-21, 18 games left, and I am miserable. Go ahead. Give it to me.
Well, no, look, the fact that you're able to the resilience you're showing at a time when I don't think the Yankees have been a 500 ball club in September since the mid 90s, I believe. I mean, I think so.
I like what you did there. I like what you did there.
But it's just the question is, like, for a place that's known about consistency and the franchise and the institution that are the Yankees. The question is Booney, is his job in jeopardy? And what would that mean?
I know. You know what? You say that just to
Booney.
twerk me.
Look, he comes from a baseball family. I mean, I like him. I like him.
You know, and I know. Here you go.
I like him.
I don't know who's coaching. Who's the manager of the Mets? Cookie Rojas, I think. he will be long forgotten.
You know what? That is really
Aaron
nice.
Boone will still be the manager.
Who is Cookie Rojas's double play combo?
Freddie Patek.
Freddie Patek.
Come on, don't even go there.
Well, not to be confused with the Frank White.
Sure.
No, Frank White played second base. I think we've done this before. I think Freddie Patek and Frank White were the double play combination. I think Cookie Rojas was playing. There
was some carryover, and I think Cookie might have finished at third base. We've had this conversation. But you had Big John Mayberry at first base, who had a cup of coffee with the Yankees, as did, if you remember, the guy from the Red Scots, the Boomer George Scott. Also
Boomer
had
George
a
Scott.
cup of coffee with the Yankees.
That was the day we've done this. The Burley first baseman, but those Royals teams, obviously, George Brett, don't call him Ken Brett, at the hot corner. That outfield, you got a Willie Wilson, you've got a Hal McRae, who's just what we call a professional hitter.
I think he spent a lot of time at DH. Had Al Cowens out there.
You had an Al Cowens.
OJ.
You had an Amos Otis.
Sure, you did. Who was a Met, by the way. The Mets gave up on Amos Otis. Famously. It's amazing how the Mets are just such a miserable franchise for a number of different reasons.
Whoa! All right. So today's news. I think we're back to tick tock, on again, off again. So it appears as if on the chessboard of global geopolitics meets the 21st century control of technology, Chinese just moved their rook up the side there and made it so it's going to be very difficult for that company to be sold to a U.S. player. And by the way, not a bad move on their part.
They're going on the offensive for sure, and I think it's not that I'm some pro-China. I'm just trying to read the tea leaves here. And if you think they're going to roll over, I think that's the point that you made on the show tonight. It's not going to happen, and this rhetoric is going to continue to get amped up, and they're not going to give this property away, whether or not ByteDance admits that they're part of the Chinese government or not. It doesn't matter. I mean, China's not going to roll over on this one. Now, in terms of what it means for Walmart, and I thought you made the correct point on the show as well. I think the re-rating for Walmart is still in place because what Walmart told you is they're willing to do things that historically they would never do. And that augurs really well. So whether it's TikTok or partnership with Facebook or Instagram or any of these other platforms, clearly Walmart is headed in that direction.
Well, part of the conversation around TikTok was obviously the engagement level from a very different demographic and what that could then mean for their platform and then the beginning of the cross-selling. But Walmart Plus, same day, this move to basically e-commerce, which will be somewhere north of 40% in about 3 years, and right now. Amazon has about 35% of that world. There's so much left there for Walmart. And frankly, where Walmart can compete on price with almost everybody else. And I think the re-rating there, especially with the technology. And look, ultimately, why shouldn't Walmart be offering all of the same things that Amazon, including music and including streaming? And I'm not saying they get there because, look, when I go into Walmart, man, I go straight for I'm lining up. I'm getting 2 king-size boxes of Lucky Charms for $5 is what I did a couple weeks ago.
Of course
Which
you do.
if I go to the supermarket down the road here, you know, I like my Stop and Shop, but I mean, I'm getting $1 for $5. So I mean, you know, I like what I'm doing in the groceries. I know you're a sporting goods guy, although I had you more to the the Field and Stream section of Walmart sporting goods.
No, 100%. I'm going for the fishing lures for sure.
Are
I'm
you-
checking out the rods and reels. I'm looking at the lures. Is there anything new out there?
When
Maybe
was
I'm
the,
buying a
hold
tackle box.
hold
I
on,
mean,
hold on, Field
some
and Stream.
waders.
When was the last time you went fishing?
You know,
Seriously,
you
seriously.
say that. I know the disdain in
You're
your
talking about
voice. I mean,
lures.
it's dripping. The answer is within the last month. Me and Boom Boom, that's my youngest son. We went fishing at one of the ponds at the local school. So there, wise guy.
What'd
And
you
know, we're
catch?
getting into the time of year when the seaweed starts to die, and you want that sort of early fall fishing where you catch some. Watch me, what I do here. Lunker largemouth bass. Look it up.
That's nice. Yeah, look, I like the sporting goods section. In fact, don't tell my wife, but that's where I bought her one of her birthday presents, which was a Prince tennis racket. And you know, as I think about it, it's a white Prince tennis racket. Were you using a Prince racket when they first came out?
No.
Remember, like late '70s when?
No.
Come on.
First of all, so you grew up in the mean streets of Scarsdale, okay? That's right. You have tennis courts. Everybody's backyard is a tennis court.
I didn't have one.
We didn't have.
I came from the other side of the tracks.
If we had a tennis racket, we used it to hit somebody.
Well, look, you make it sound like, you know, you're the grease, I'm the soch, and I'm definitely not Leif Garrett. So I don't know what you're talking about. But you know, the Prince racket was, you know, it was kind of like riding a moped. I mean, you did not want to be seen on it, and you didn't want to be seen playing with a Prince. How about a Big Bertha? Did you have a Big Bertha? Did you have one of those oversized drivers?
No, because I mean, again, the bougie sports that you were privileged to play. I didn't golf. I mean, you got to be kidding me. Yeah, I had a 9-iron in the car, but that was to ward off burglars as I drove down the mean streets of Croton on the Hudson.
No, it was tough for you kids. I know you were scrapping it out every day.
I mean, you are. I mean, and when you said, let me tell you something. If they were to cast The Outsiders right now, as much as you'd like to think you're one of the greasers, as much as you'd love to be Tom Cruise or dare I say Patrick Swayze,
dude, you're
hanging out. You're the guy with Leif Garrett that goes to the drive-in and speaks to Ralph Macchio or Soda Pop in the car.
So Leif got knifed, right? And he got Was it the buddy
in the fountain, if you recall?
Yeah. So are you stealing Diane Lane from me? Are you taking my best girl?
Also? Well, the assumption is that you had her in the first place, Tim, and that's part of the problem.
Look at what you did there.
You're jumping to conclusions as usual.
Good for you. All right, so back to Walmart. I think you have a case here where you're buying this weakness. Again, the stock went from about 130 and change up to the mid 140s on this TikTok news, and then frankly probably just got caught up in some of the other market pullback. But I like Walmart. I like it for Lucky Charms, fishing rods, Prince tennis rackets, and I like it for a re-rating. And I don't know if I can find a Mets hat there because they're probably sold out, but I'm guessing there's a lot of Yankees hats there right now.
No doubt. I'm going for a torque wrench right now. I'll talk to you tomorrow. We'll talk about NFL tomorrow.
About time. Later.
See you later.